righty then. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome into the Pillow Talk edition of Pugs Company, heard each and every night, Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time until, around about usually 11 or so. We try to do about 2 hours. 2 hours, whatever. Today, I apologize. I had a what do they call that? A pre-existing engagement that caused. What are you doing? Get out of here, dog! Oh, the dog is walking by all of the cords, and she's just stupid and clumsy and ox-like. Go lay down. Go to bed. Good girl. Good girl. Good. No, that did not mean come back. That did not mean come back. That meant good job for heading towards the bedroom. She'll go jumping in the bed, and then I'll kick her out when I get in there. All right. We do this show twice a day. We do the 9 p.m. Central Standard show. And then we also do a little thing called High Noon. That's at noon every day. That's more, I like to say, it's utilitarian for you. I do it for you. I do it out of the kindness of my heart to get you all prepped up on the day ahead. Stuff like what's trending, things that are in the news, hot topics, current events. That's what the High Noon show is all about. This one, though, this one's a little bit different. This one's Pillow Talk, and it makes no sense whatsoever. It's James Parker, everybody. Say hi to James Parker.
Hi to James Parker. Oh man, there's some really lame stuff I want to talk about today.
Good.
But it kind of affects us all.
Ooh.
And so it's gonna sound really lame.
Yeah. Hi, John. John said hi in the chat room.
But I'm going to continue some conversations I've had today, and the people get really upset over these really lame topics.
Oh, man. Are you going to trigger me? I'm easily triggered with certain things. But it's also good. It's good for the show when I get triggered. Hi, Steve. Hi, Stacy.
Well, I think we're in opposing views on this, too. And I don't think you can change my mind, and I don't think I can change your mind.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing about you. I don't want to change your mind. I like you the way you are. I like you. I like that you're wrong about so many things. I love that. And you probably appreciate some of the same things about me. Here, but let's do what we usually do. Come on. We got to start off with our moment of joy, right? This is going to be a good one. We'll get this out of the way. Then we'll do your monologue. And then we'll get into all the things that we need to get into. Here you go. Today's moment of joy. This one is a good one. This is, I love an asshole being reckless getting his ass handed to him, right? That's like something great. Somebody doing something reckless and it doesn't work out. Can you see it? Is it Sharon? All right, look at this.
Looks great.
I don't know where this is. Some Central American Banana Republic street party that's going on. I have no idea the context for this.
Looks like mesquite.
Yeah, it is what we're seeing here is some form of a mail truck. I don't know. I guess it's a Jeep of some kind, and it seems to have like a spinner so that it's doing 360s. And the guy driving it, he's going to be really cool. And look what happens to him. This is a quick one. This is your moment of joy. Just a little something to set the mood. Look at him. Hey, look at me. Do you appreciate that?
I believe that's called ghost riding the whip.
How great is that? Let's watch it one more time.
That is funny.
That shit happens every day in Mexico, right? That's got to be Mexico.
That's a regular old Wednesday.
Look at that one more time. Oh, okay, but first, I wish we could slow it down. We can't. I don't have those capabilities. But I am telling you, man. This hurt. This dude, I don't know if he had to go to the hospital. Maybe it didn't, do that kind of damage to him. But this is a what? 1,000-pound thing that probably just slammed into him, mechanicalized.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt.
I mean, it's small. It might be like.
First of all, at this moment, he's like, hey, ladies, check me out. Look at how cool I am.
That's your Mexican accent?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. This could be Europe. Although, what does that say? Banco de... Oh, it's Colombia. Well, let's just say it's Colombia. Shit. Right now, he's feeling it. Right now, he's like, I am doing this stunt perfectly.
Well, right now, he is really cool. I'm impressed at him at this point. Like, I'm impressed for him until I don't know what's going to happen after this, but at this
You,
point,
you
he is cool.
you know that there's got to be a technique to this. Like it's hop out when it's at this angle, take 5 steps, then do your wave to the crowd. Dude only took 4 steps.
Well,
That's the
yeah.
problem. That's to be miscounted or something.
And now we never get to know how the hell he gets back in that thing to stop it.
Let's
Because
see.
there has to be a technique for that, but we'll never know because
Are you ready for the money shot? Here you go. Oh,
airborne. No, great freeze frame. Both of his feet are off the ground. Every part of his body is off the ground. He is airborne in this frame.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's not like a human being with muscle that moves and there's some, gelatinous value to the impact. This is a piece of metal. This is an engine that was just swung around in its steel cage and it just slammed into a human body.
Yeah, even Brian Urlacher was wearing shoulder pads.
Right, exactly. There was some give. There was no give. Oh, is this drink that goes here? I didn't notice the drink. Did you notice this? Is he holding a drink or is that a girl who's No, he's got a drink in his left hand. Like a beer.
Like a towel or something.
Well, no, the towel's in his left hand. I'm sorry. In his right hand, he seems to be holding a beverage of some sort. He's raising it. Yes, it's like, let's all do a shot. Oh, it's a tequila bottle, maybe?
Yeah.
Something.
One
last time. No, I need it again. There you go. That's your moment.
All right, read Jeff Glenn's killer punchline.
Oh, nothing better than pugs on a tier. What does that mean?
No, the last one.
Car shouldn't be turning the other.
No, the one above it.
Who coordinated?
Yeah.
Who coordinated this? The crew arrest. Jeff's funny. Do you remember Jeff?
I think so.
Jeff is an A+ radio caller. Jeff, Warehouse Jeff, would call in all the time. He brought the heat every time. He was good. All right, James, how are you tonight?
Busy.
What are you drinking?
7-Up Zero
and
Tito's.
Oh, so you are drinking a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of drinks tonight. I'm feeling a little loosey-goosey.
I went to a happy hour with the mother-in-law again.
Dude, you're just like partying with the mother-in-law now that the family's out of town.
A little bit.
It's nice that you have that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. We like to.
Does it ever get a little Mrs. Robinson? Does it ever get a little?
Yeah.
Did you get that reference?
Well, I don't mean like but it gets a little flirty,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like, you look nice in that dress. Oh, thank you.
Everybody's cool with that?
No, it's uncomfortable for like my wife and
her husband, her father-in-law. But you guys are, hey man, whatever. We're all just trying to get through our days, man. Whatever we need.
She's a little like me, where she just enjoys needling them as much as she likes flirting with me.
Okay. All right. Sunglasses is not here tonight. He's out doing important dad things. The show was delayed. I apologize. I went out with an old friend of ours, Dr. Schwartz, the internationally renowned surgeon. And we tipped a few and we caught up and strategized about how we're going to rule the world. And so things are good. We got to get Schwartz on here at some point, even if it's just on the phone. That guy, look, okay. So, look, if he's a great doctor. I mean, he's really a great doctor. He's truly a magnificent. He's a plastic surgeon, one of the best in the plastic surgery capital of America. Did you know that the breast implant was invented here? Do you know that this was the first place where they did the breast implant?
I thought it was Houston.
Baylor. Well, I thought it was Baylor in Dallas, or maybe the Dallas has some angle in it. Like it was maybe the first.
So proud of that. And that'd be great if like the doctor was from Houston, but he did it in Dallas. That's so proud of the state sometimes.
We have in this town some of the best plastic surgeons in the entire country. People fly.
We give so much to the world. We just give so much to the world.
We've
Oil,
perfected the fake boob.
boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the best. I mean, just whenever those
Look at
ratings
Kelly.
come out, he's always like at the top of it. He's very good. But above and beyond that, okay, enough like stroking his credentials. He is one of the funniest natural people. I mean, did you ever just have these people where you can sit and have like I'll give you an example. Our phone conversations will go on 25 minutes and they'll seem like they were just 5 minutes because they're just so natural. We just riff back and forth, and he's so funny. He is so much funnier than me. He really is. I mean, I don't consider myself particularly funny. I consider myself entertaining and interesting, but I don't consider myself a wit. That dude is a wit. That dude is quick with a line and just acerbic when he needs to be. He's great. He says hello to everybody. There you go. So if y'all remember the great Dr. Schwartz, it was nice to catch up with him. Oh, and he's looking good too. Well, you're a plastic surgeon, you kind of got to look good, right?
You have to.
He's looking good. He's got like a full on like hipster beard now. It's like a big full beard.
No way.
Yeah. And dude, I didn't say this to him because, as friends, as boys, we don't say these things to each other. Dude is yoked. Dude is he's like ripped. He's like, he used to just be Rob Schwartz, the plastic surgeon,
But
Now
he's all jacked now.
now he's like Thundar, the plastic surgeon. He's like, yeah,
With the beard and
he's
the
got the
whole.
beard and he's all yoked up and he's like,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, that's why the show is a little bit late. It didn't actually have to be late. It could have started at 9:00, but I didn't want to rush it. Didn't want to rush our little, we've been slow rolling. Hey, we should go out for drinks. Hey, we should go out for drinks. Hey, we should go out for drinks. And then finally it became time that, had to do it. Couldn't put it off anymore. What do you say? You want it? You want to do a monologue? You got a monologue ready?
oh, that's a yes. I pulled out the curtains for you, Pugs.
Wrong one, because I've had a couple of drinks.
Is the couple like 7?
No.
4,
Just like
6,
couple scotches, couple beers.
4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Guest House Lounge high atop the 1%er compound in beautiful downtown Highland Park, Texas. We welcome to the stage the global sensation known, well, that's why it'd be global. See, I can't do this with a couple of drinks in me. James
Rittenhouse. Parker.
What is it? Wittenau?
Rittenhouse.
James Rittenau Parker.
All right. Newly released emails reveal that the FBI targeted parents who spoke up at school board meetings. The FBI. Former director J. Edgar Hoover's must be turning in his negligee. It's a tough start, but thank you. An Aeromexico flight had to make an emergency landing in Sacramento after the plane struck a bird. There were no reported injuries, except for the bird.
Okay.
Otis the hippopotamus, the big guy at the San Diego Zoo, just turned age 40.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Wait, that was Kelly Clarkson. I'm sorry.
Oh, fat jokes. Woo! We're doing fat jokes because it's still 2003 around here.
I know. According to a new report, 57% of Detroit public school students are chronically absent. The absenteeism is so bad the teachers are resorting to dating adults. When you thin the herd. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has written a book.
Oh.
But the dedication is pretty interesting. It's dedicated to macaroni and cheese.
Well, okay. That's right. That's you. Chris Christie, go ahead.
A self-portrait of Mexican artist Frida Kahlo has sold for $34.9 million.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that sounds like a lot, but it does include the frame. All right. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so
I can't find it. I don't.
what are you gonna do?
Oh.
You gonna boo me or something?
The drummer's working for you. The drummer's trying to force it.
Next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so if you're expecting relatives, you've got 7 days to fake your own death.
All right. I get that.
And this used to be a bigger deal when we were kids, but today's the Great American Smokeout. This year, smokers are encouraged to spend some time back in the office actually doing your damn jobs.
Oh, well, hey, okay. That one came a little bit soon.
It's still accurate, though. Doesn't that piss you off how smokers get to take breaks all the time? Anyway.
Honestly, I don't even get to hear the jokes at this point. I'm just worried about hitting the right sound effect. Go ahead.
And finally,
well,
does it sound bad to everybody? Anyway, happy birthday to Linda Evans, who's 79. You're 79 years old today,
mm-hmm.
And the answer is yes. Yes, I would. Hey, you mentioned, was that on yesterday's show? Was that last night's show where you had mentioned Bo Derek and Bo Derek stole Linda Evans' husband?
Well, I didn't mention that, but yeah, that's true. That's not how it went down. John Derek was married to Linda Evans, and he got her when she was young, and then as soon as she hit like 40, he turned her in for a 19-year-old Bo Derek, who looks exactly like Linda Evans did when she was 20. Have you ever seen the two of them side by side?
I just Googled that after you had told me about it last night. I did a little digging, and that's what I looked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird connection that I did not see coming, but okay.
Linda Evans and Bo Derek look very similar.
I did not see the side by side though.
Oh, but you could see that there is definitely they look the same. She's just a younger. Bo Derek was just a younger, maybe even hotter. You know, he may have gotten not only younger at the position, but more talented at the position.
Well, it's what you do, you know. When Derek Jeter retires, the Yankees get a new, younger shortstop. You know, they didn't go get another 42-year-old.
That's right. Try and get another. You try to get a better Jeter. Hey, can we watch something? Can we watch something first before you go into some? I found, what do I love more than anything else in this world? I love a good car chase, right? So I was watching car chases because that's what I do on YouTube when I'm bored. I watch cool ass car chases. And I found the most insane car chase that I had never seen before. Now, this is 6 years old. This happened in Denver. Can we just watch this breakdown? Now, this is after the fact. This is a local news guy who is actually going to take us through all of the Grand Theft Auto aspects of this car chase. This is like a real life Grand Theft Auto. Can we watch this? Do you want to watch this?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so here it is. Again, this happened 6 years ago. And then I'll tell you what, because I also have the accompanying news story, the after the fact news story that tells you exactly what was going on. But let's watch the car chase as it unfolded on live television. This was in Denver. It is titled "The Craziest Thing You've Ever Seen." It is. This is the craziest.
I-25.
All right. So here we go.
Parkway off right there.
So you can see it, right? Because I'm not on the screen.
No, it looks great.
All right, Jason Luber, here we go. He's going to break this down for you. Watch this car chase unfold. This is about 2 minutes.
I-25 at Thornton Parkway almost was caught by the officers. They were trying to join the highway. Goes southbound on Peoria. Here on Peoria, dives around. Look there at 64th Avenue. Nearly hit some other cars. And this is where I thought he was going to get caught. He ended up in a little parking lot area here that is really a no man's land near about 69th Avenue. He decides to go up into the grass over the curb there, and he can see there's no restrictions right through the little fence and then down the embankment and onto I-76. So that's how he was able to escape the side streets and then get back up on the highway. This is where he was going on I-76 for a while, stops. This is where he carjacks that family, the couple. He gets the driver's door open, gets the driver out, the passenger, she jumps out of the car right now and then goes to the side, and this is when he has that gold minivan and then drives away, back going the wrong way on I-76, nearly hitting, look at that, semis, police officers.
Let me point something out here. He's going the wrong way. Watch these last couple of cars. They're not even phased. They don't even try to get out of his way.
He tried to get the stop sticks out and throw it across the highway, but
Look at these
unfortunately they missed, and he almost missed hitting a few cars. This is later on, after he drove on E470, after he hit that state trooper. He now tries to get out of the car and tries to carjack that guy in the.
Is this Grand Theft Auto in real life? This is
Yeah,
GTA.
like you're playing and right there you accidentally hit Y and you're like, I didn't mean to hit that. And you got out the car, so you got to hit Y to get back in. You know, you just got this and then got back in the car. It's like I do that sometimes.
And the BMW, he then bumps that black car, hits this lady. This is the next car that he carjacks when he just got off of Peoria, just south of E470. He pretends that, hey, I just hit you. I'm in an accident. What's going on? And he gets up to the woman's door. He opens it up and then rips her out, throws her to the ground, and then takes her car. And then continues on his wild chase. I was scared right there. I thought, let it go. Just let the car go. Don't go chasing after the car. He then comes into the intersection right here at Peoria and Lincoln Avenue, where he causes that accident. The car is undrivable. He jumps out, almost trapped. He wanted to get into that car there and take it again, but he was unable to because of the Douglas County deputy there. And now he's on foot, running through the front yard of that bank. He goes around the bank, slips and falls on the snow, loses his jacket, and eventually goes over to a fence where he can't get through anymore. And this is where the officers eventually get him without any other resistance, which was thankful news. So a very scary chase that lasted about 45 minutes or so this morning. And thankfully, it didn't turn out worse than it could have. As
okay. Okay. Now, right? I mean, that's a car chase with a payoff. Everything about that car chase was wildly frightening as all hell, but wildly. That wasn't just a slow speed for 2 hours where nothing happens and spike strips and none of that bullshit. That was action-packed from beginning to end.
Right, and but because we have put this in our brains, we are now going to have to sit through 42 other boring car chases because we hope it's going to end that way.
But
And
that
it
one
almost never does. It's like the people that play golf. You do like 60 shots, or I'm sorry, more like 100 strokes. But there's only like 3 of them you really liked, and that's the reason you come back. You just like focus on those. And so this is one of those teasers because this is what you want to happen every time, some variation of this. And it almost never does, but every once in a while it does. It's like winning a scratch-off ticket. Every once in a while you win, and that makes you keep wasting your money on other ones.
Don't you want to? Okay, so now we'll give you the story. What's the backstory, right? What the hell was that all about? What did he do? Colorado carjacker gets 160 years for crime spree caught on live TV. He got 160 years for that nonsense. A Colorado man convicted of carjacking 3 vehicles, including one with a 4-year-old boy inside. See that we didn't know. You know, the minivan that he carjacked, the first one where he ripped the guy out and the woman got out. There was a 4-year-old kid in the backseat of that. That's probably why he jumped into another.
Yikes.
He was like, I don't need this. He was sentenced on Friday to 160 years in prison for the high-speed chase that was seen on live TV. Ryan Stone, 30 years old. Well, that sounds like a porn star name, doesn't it? Doesn't he sound like he should be doing porn?
Yeah, that doesn't sound real.
Ryan Stone, 30, was found guilty in April of 11 felonies, including attempted manslaughter and
He's on a classic rock station right now.
Yeah, right. Attempted manslaughter and first-degree assault for injuries sustained by a police officer who tried to stop him, the Douglas County District Attorney's Office said in a statement. Stone told Douglas County District Court Judge Paul King he was remorseful for the March 2014 crime spree that spanned 5 counties, covered 75 miles, and was broadcast live by a Denver news station.
5 counties is impressive.
The pursuit began in the town of Longmont, about 30 miles north of Denver, where Stone, who was wanted for failing to appear in court on drug charges. That's all that was about. That was a failure. A failure to appeal in court. To appear in court is
well, it's more the drug charges. It's more for what he was failing to appear for.
He stole a sport utility vehicle outside a convenience store. A 4-year-old boy was in the SUV when Stone sped away, heading south on Interstate 25 toward Denver and leading police on a chase at speeds of over 100 miles per hour. In the town of Brighton, Stone crashed the SUV into a minivan and abandoned the vehicle with the uninjured pajama-clad boy inside. He was then seen yanking a woman driver from her car, stealing it, and speeding away. Stone crashed that vehicle near Denver International Airport, where he carjacked another vehicle and again fled. Colorado State Police Trooper Bellarmine was struck when he attempted to deploy stop sticks south of Denver in an effort to deflate. We didn't even see that. I mean, there was stuff that we didn't even see in that breakdown. Stone ultimately crashed the third vehicle and was arrested after a brief foot chase.
All right, so what's the name of this starting town again? The town where it started?
It started in Longmont, 30 miles north of Denver. Longmont.
Okay, I'm just looking at a map.
In phone calls made from jail by Stone and released by prosecutors, the suspect blamed Officer He for the injuries that the state trooper had sustained, which included a shattered leg. Here's a quote now. "The dumbass is standing in the middle of the highway," Stone told his mother in one call.
That's a good point.
In another call, Stone boasted to a female friend about the international news coverage his case garnered. "My lawyer told me I made the news in the UK and Australia," Stone said, laughing. Stone will not be eligible for parole until 2085, the district attorney's office said. Just a magnificent display of asinine behavior. Magnificent.
Yeah, I hope he enjoyed it because that's his last moments of freedom. We just witnessed the man's last moments of freedom. Like, for everyone that's in prison, there's a story that it might not be that exciting to watch, but it's on that level of, man, you messed up.
Yeah. All right, I got some other things. What do you got? You got a couple of things you wanted to bring to the table? Hit me.
Well, I emailed you a link. Can we just start there? Because yeah.
Oh, you want me to show the link?
Can you do that? I found a video version of what I was wanting to talk about because this is a conversation that flared up in my neighborhood.
Okay. All right. So there's going to be a video here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I got this damn. All right. Here, let me see if I pull this up.
This is News 6 Mornings.
All right. This will work. All right. Let's watch this.
Put on the screen. You're getting pretty fast at this, aren't you?
I am. I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. Here you go.
Getting results.
Well, Trooper Steve has the day off, but he did take the time to answer one of your questions. Today, the rules for taking up a parking space.
Who is that?
This question, a great question submitted by Carmen.
What'd you say?
I said, who is that angel? What was that?
I know, right? That was my first thought, too. Nice dress, sweetie.
Can a pedestrian...
Can we see her again?
This is News 6 Mornings. Getting results.
Well, Trooper Steve has the day off.
Look at that dress. Fits her very well, I'd say.
That's an amazing designer.
Off, but he did take the time to answer one of your questions. Today, the rules for taking up a parking space.
All right.
This question, a great question submitted by Carmen. Can a pedestrian stand in a parking space in an effort to save the spot for a car? Now, I appreciate the question, and I really think a lot of us have thought of this at one spot. Can you run out of your car at a busy time of the year and physically stand in a place that a car is supposed to be so that your friend, family, or parent, or significant other can get that parking spot? No. Absolutely not. 100% no. That's like saying, hey, go stand in the turning lane out on that roadway and save that turning lane for me when I get there. As a pedestrian, you're not allowed to stand in traffic at all whatsoever. This is not a place for you to do this. You can be cited, amongst other things, according to certain laws. So listen, stay in the car. Parking spaces are for parking cars, not for you to go stand in them and save it. And you don't want to get hit by a car.
If you have a question,
all right, ask Steve. If I've got a question, we know who to ask. All right, so what do you want? My take on that?
Well, I was trying to find something that mimicked a conversation on the Nextdoor app that was I was shocked at how upset people were getting in the comments. And there's this dude who put a picture of his across the street from his house, his neighbor. They have street parking. He puts trash cans and some boards across the two trash cans to save a spot for his car while he's at work. And then when he gets home, he moves it. And he just wants to save that spot so he can park in front of his house.
Yeah. Okay.
And the question that was raging was, is this the right thing? Is this right? Like, not only is it legal, is it moral or ethical, or are you being a douche koozie? Or
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions. So let me just set a scenario for you. So I live in a area that's very difficult to find street parking. It's hard. And I got a good one in front of my spot. I love it. It's right in front of my front door. Boy, oh boy, did I get lucky on this one. So I wake up in the morning and I gotta leave. I gotta go to work. I gotta take my car out of that spot, leaving that spot open for anybody who's looking for a spot to use. What you're suggesting is that I could create some sort of a barricade in that spot to make it so that nobody can park there while I'm not using the spot and I am off doing my work. Oh, so your question, I guess, to me would be, is that okay?
Yeah.
Fuck no. That is not okay. No.
Is it legal? Is it legal?
No, that is not you. That is not your spot. That is a public street. That is a street that is no, unless you're paying for the parking spot and you live in an area where it's permitted parking, where you know.
Well,
you have
that's obvious, but this is just
no. If there's no if it's just public parking on the street, no. Sorry, dude. You do not get to hold that. Those parking spots are designed for everybody in the neighborhood, in the adjoining businesses, or what have you.
So what do? Do you go knock on his door and be like, you need to stop doing that trash can crap? And he's going to go, what does it affect you? And then he's going to keep doing it. And then what do? You go push over his trash cans? Do you call the cops?
Yeah, like how far does it go? Does this turn into a whole
Well, how do you solve it? Yeah, like the guy
where suddenly Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son is stabbing me because we're arguing over the parking spot in front of our.
So exactly, yes, that's what's on people's mind in the next door chat that happened. This was the next branch on the tree. What do you even do to solve it?
So what do you say? I mean, I say, what do you do to solve it? Yeah, I mean, look, man. I mean, you got to. I am a great believer in confronting assholery. I believe that you got to call assholes out.
Oh, you know that's me.
Yes, that is absolutely you.
Look, little old ladies and beautiful women like the news anchor there, or like my wife. It's not their place in society to confront buttholes like that. That's why they make big dumb animals like me. That's
what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, dick fuck. What are you doing, man? Come on. And you soft pedal it at first. You're like, hey, man. Look, I guess it all depends on your negotiating style. Like I would come in like, hey, man, that's not cool. I mean, you can't, there are other people. And then if his response is, what are you going to do about it? Well, then it turns into a whole thing. Now you got to recalculate and you got to refigure. Like,
and do you want to have a feud with your neighbor over a parking spot that you're not going to use anyway? It's over
that
there.
guy. That guy's an asshole, man. That's where you have to get. You have to go, and now you got to be a politician, and you got to work the rest of the neighbors, and you got to gang up on them. You got to get.
All right, no, you solve this yourself.
I don't mean gang up on them like kick the shit out of them, but you got to have some sort of consensus among the neighbors. Because they're not all going to be assholes.
I don't need any neighbor's consent for that guy to be right or wrong. It doesn't matter what the.
No, he's wrong, but how are you going to handle it? Are you going to end up in a gunfight in the driveway?
Look, there's steps, and we all know what the steps are. First, you ask nicely, and then you ask like less nicely. Then you ask like tersely, and then you don't do any threats. It's you just tell them the truth. Then you cut any pretenses, like you let the mask down, and you go. Dude, what do you want me to do? You want me to push over your trash cans? You want me to call the cops? You want me to make them give you a citation? I don't want to be that neighbor. I just want you to stop breaking the law and acting like the street that we all paid for is yours. So seriously, I will call the cops. It is that important to me. I am calling the cops. And so he'll go take it down, but he'll put it up later. And you know what I do? Then I go push him over.
At what point do you start fucking with his car?
Never.
So you don't go there. See, I would go there first.
No,
I would let all the air out of his tires.
To go mess with your car, and
you're right. You're right.
Listen, you can't do that because the second you break the law, then you lose the big card you have over him that you can call the cops.
Yeah.
You always want the cops to be on your side, so you never.
You're not going to admit that you did it. Prove it. Prove that I did it.
Well, then he's going to go jack with your car, genius. You don't want to take it to that level.
How my car is parked all the way down the block. Because I didn't get the good parking spot. So, I get what you're saying. But yeah, I think that I am the sort that would probably at some point fairly quickly in this process resort to making it untenable for him to continue parking there.
Look, all you do is every time he does that and you see it, all you do is you go over there and you place it back into his yard so the space is open. And so you make it such a pain
Yeah,
in the butt,
that
and
makes
he
sense.
can't call for help, and he can't do anything, and he can't punch you, and he can't mess with your car because
Mm.
you have the card over him that I can call the cops.
Yeah, you're right. That's
You want
pretty.
me? Look, I'll move it in your yard if you have a problem with it. I can call the cops and they can give you a citation. What's your preference? Wouldn't you rather me just put it in your yard? Be like, just kind of be nice. Be nice with it.
Really, whatever your reaction as the aggrieved citizen is entirely dependent upon the level of dickhead you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like,
I have high tolerance, man. It's and as I get older, the tolerance only grows. It's like, you know what? I've lived most of my life. I've done most of my drugs. I've already smashed all the chicks I'm gonna smash. I don't dying's not so bad now.
you got a bunch of kids. Yes, dying is really bad. You have to stay alive, so you have to be.
Dude, I made it 44 years. That's like past halfway.
All right. Yeah, but okay, so we agree that that is not cool, that that is not something that a normal, well-adjusted, good neighbor would do. And I guess the question becomes, if you've got this asshole neighbor, what are you supposed to do to rectify the situation? I don't know. I get very angry. I get very I mean, if I am dealing with somebody and I will bring every manner of respectable conversation to the beginning of this interaction. I will not come in hot. I will come in smiling and laughing and, hey man, look, come on, I know how hard it is, but
But then you'll break. At some point, you'll go,
yeah, I do. I will snap. If he just gives me no quarter, if he's just a complete dick and he escalates it like, yeah, fuck you gonna do about, then it's like, okay, I tried, you mother. It's like I will get on the phone. I will call my friends.
break a beer bottle on his head.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that this is just cultural and regional and about where you come from. But where I come from, there are people in the neighborhood who take care of these situations. You don't want to ask them for favors very often because they will often require a favor in return at some point.
That's who we
But
are, Pugs.
if it is something that is affecting the neighborhood, you can. Yeah, this is why there needs to be a mob in Dallas or wherever this is. There needs to be a mafia, and every neighborhood has a capo regime. Every neighborhood has somebody who everybody knows for
Like a
problems like
Cirillo or something.
this. They will get fixed. Problems like people will behave themselves. There's a neighborhood in Chicago, Little Italy. It is completely surrounded by the worst of Chicago violent neighborhoods. Yet somehow this little pocket of like four little blocks is totally safe. And you know why? Because it's filled with a bunch of old Italian women. A bunch of old Italian women who have sons who are involved in activities that are, not exactly above board. And this is one of the safest neighborhoods in Chicago. Nobody fucks with anything because nobody acts like an asshole. White trash doesn't move into the rental property and start taking advantage of the fact that it's a bunch of old ladies because a bunch of dudes in long leather jackets will show up on the front porch and beat the fuck out of you. And there will be nothing the police will do about it. It'll just be something that happens. So, like places like New York or Brooklyn, Staten Island, Chicago, places that have established underworld regulators, we'll call them. But in a case like, I don't know anything like that in this part of the world. The South doesn't really have that to the extent that the northern industrial cities do. So I mean, that would be my thing. I would call Mr. DeSico. I would go see Mr. DeSico and say, this dude's being an asshole, man. What can we do? Is it making it hard to live in a neighborhood? It's a good neighborhood. I like this neighborhood. Well, I can't have that. We can't have these kind of assholes. Hey, Tommy, Petey, go see this guy. And then, suddenly he'll be looking for a parking spot like everybody else.
There's a Petey, there's a Paulie, there's another Petey, and then there's another Paul.
But I mean, short of that, honestly, I wouldn't know. Because short of that, laws are going to get broke. Police are going to get involved. Someone's getting in handcuffs.
Hey, so explain to me dibs.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we talked about this. I thought that's what you were talking about. This is a purely Chicago thing. It's something that
It doesn't happen in Boston or Detroit.
No, it doesn't. It may, but they may call it something else. But Chicago dibs is a real thing. You can just Google it, and I believe it's probably a Wikipedia. Let me see if there's even a Wikipedia page for it. I bet there is, because it is one of the things. Here, hold on. Let me see what Google says. Chicago Dibs. Oh, it's fucking Uncle Dibs. Am I slurring?
No, the Chicago Dibs law.
Hold on.
Dibs have
Chicago
existed
Dibs.
since 1967.
There you go. Okay, so Google's not going to tell me anything, but yeah, okay. So, so
All
do
right,
you have any?
so the law of dibs goes back to 1967.
The blizzard of 67. Yeah. And I'll basically explain to you what it is. In Chicago, if you shovel out, if we get 4 feet of snow and the roads are impassable and your car is completely covered in snow, and you take the time to dig out your spot and you dig out your car from the snow that is, and that's a lot of work, man. You can, if you got to be at work at, maybe you leave for work at 7 o'clock in the morning. On a morning like this, you got to get out there at 6 and you got to start shoveling and you got to put in a full day's labor before you even get in your car. And when you leave, when you have shoveled out your spot,
How long does it take?
it depends on the amount of snow, but yeah, it can take a long time, man, because especially, and if it's a wet snow, if it's a heavy snow, if every snow shovel worth is like 25 pounds of wet water, like a couple gallons of water that you're lifting with a shovel, it's a lot of work, man. People die all the time. People have heart attacks all the time shoveling snow. So basically what happens if you shovel out your spot and then go to work, what's to stop some asshole from going, check it out, there's a spot to park in, right? I mean, anybody will do that because 99% of the other spots are still covered in snow. But you have done the labor, you have dug your spot out, and it's where you park. You are allowed to create an obstruction in that spot. And the beautiful thing about Chicago Dibs is they get wild. The obstructions get crazy. Like there are people that will put out full dining room table with like place settings, and people get fun with it. They start here. I'll give you some pictures here. I actually have some pictures of some examples of what Chicago Dibs is. All right, here you go. This is all right. This is from Bing. Bing is good. All right, so what's this guy? All right, so this guy's just got a big case of beer. That's not a big deal. That's nothing. Well, there you go. There's a full dining room table set up. So
All right, here's the other cool thing. When Rahm Emanuel was mayor, Chicago set up a website to call dibs.
Really? So you can reserve your dibs? See, there's chairs.
Yeah,
That's
you type in chicagoshovels.org and it'll redirect you to a chicago.gov page.
Look at the City of Chicago Department of Dibs Management. That's probably
That's so stupid.
probably a real thing, but it is a system that works. It really does work. People respect dibs. Look at this neighborhood. Everybody climbed and they all got their chairs out there. They're just putting their chairs out so that no idiot who's coming through the neighborhood thinks, "Oh, I got a spot." Vacuum cleaners. Please don't take my spot. I removed the snow myself. See a little note on there. Dibs. A little thing with some Dibs ice cream. A waffle.
That's beautiful.
There's got to be some good ones. Jesus. Statue of Jesus with a cone. A little toy car. Jesus and Mary praying. Yeah, you don't want to run that over.
ChicagoShovels.org. Check it out. Do it.
Move this and die.
Yeah, right.
Chairs. Big Bird. To the punk coward who is too weak to put my chairs back, I didn't dig for you. There you go. Look at that. The guy's got some musical equipment. Yes, Jesus loves you unless you steal old lady parking. There you go. Trump voters for dibs. Like it's yeah, no, it's a very real thing. Ironing board. Look at that. That looks like that's Photoshop, but yeah, no, it's something that we all do. I mean, we used to do dibs in front of my grandma's house on the south side.
All right. Did you check out the website, chicagoshovels.org?
Okay, let me see. chicagoshovels.org.
You type that in, and it's a government, at least sanctioned website. I don't know if it's a government website, like they built it and maintain it, but it's under their domain.
I got Chicago Shovels. Okay. Your connection is not private. Attackers might. No, I don't care. How do I? Yeah, I don't know how I can go to it. It's not letting me go to it.
ChicagoShovels.org?
Yeah, ChicagoShovels.org is not letting me go. Let me try it on this computer. ChicagoShovels.org. Yeah, I mean, it's coming up, ChicagoShovels.org. But no, your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information. I can't access it. I don't know why I can't.
All right, then I'm emailing you the link that it redirects to. How about that?
Oh, well, here, no, wait a second. It says, all right, just if you feel safe, this server could not prove that ChicagoShovels.org.
Go anyway.
I'm going anyway.
Raw dog it.
Here we are. All right. Yes, it looks very official. It's got the city of Chicago flag and logo. There's a COVID-19 update banner on the top for Cook County and all that. Streets and sanitation providing.
Yeah, but you see the address is a chicago.gov address, and that's not spoof, or I don't think that's spoof.
Yeah, no, that looks legit. Yeah, this is a legit site. Absolutely. Yeah, that's funny.
So there's a government sanctioned place where you can call dibs.
Well, it's funny because
before you shovel it, you can call dibs.
You said, "Is it a law?" And I was like, I don't know that it's a law, but it is certainly something that's respected. I mean, people respect dibs in Chicago. It's part of the local scene.
Technically, it's not legal. The city looks the other way, and they admit they'll look the other way in times of distress, but they always reserve the right to violate anyone else's dibs.
Look at the husband who made the wife sitting. He's making her sit there.
Nice.
I'm just going to the store, honey. I don't want some asshole stealing a spot.
Took me like 20 minutes.
What's this say? Rom approved dib. Okay. There's a mannequin standing there. Yeah, no, very common. So, but in the case that you brought forward, no, that has nothing to do with any personal time or labor that you put into securing the spot. You're just trying to save it and stop other people who get there first from having the spot. That's bullshit.
You just go push over the trash cans.
I really don't know how I would handle that.
Look, when we're in a good mood like this, hanging out, we don't want to confront a bully. But when you've had a bad day and like someone's chewed you out or something bad's happening and you got pissed off, and on top of that, something else happened and your kid's being a dick and your wife's being a bitch, and then you come home and you see those garbage cans. You know what? I'm kicking the hell out of those garbage cans. Right? I'm gonna assert. At least I can control this.
Yeah,
this guy.
Nothing to do with that.
Wrong day. I hope he says something to me today. I'm pissed. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking for something here. I saw something great the other day, and now I can't find it. Hold on. Hey, go ahead, talk about something. Give me a second here.
Is this parking spot related? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Well, no, but it's another one of these social indiscretion things that we had talked about in the past. Hold on. I thought this would be a good time to bring it up.
Yeah, Jeff gets it. You're having a bad day, and you're like, I hope that those trash cans are blocking it today. Because I already told him. I've told him like 4 times that I was nice about it. And then I was like, still kind of cool about it. And then I was like, hey, buddy. And then, oh, they're there. Kick. Still looking stuff up. Okay.
Yeah. I can't believe I can't find this now.
Which part you looking for?
I found this. Somebody had sent something to me yesterday after the show, and now I can't find it. It was we had talked about putting shopping carts back, how that was.
Yeah, the shopping cart test is like the ultimate morality play.
Yeah, and there was like a debate. A girl that I follow who is she used to work in Chicago radio, and now she does traffic and weather in San Diego on TV. She got into an argument with whoever the host was of the morning show where she was doing it about putting the shopping cart back. And I thought it was pretty funny. I wanted to share it because she's really good. I can't remember her name though. something Milkman. Here, let me see. What's her name? San Diego traffic. Milkman. I don't know. This is I should have been prepared for this, but I didn't expect to do this. Okay. San Diego traffic girl. The Milkman. Was that it? Oh, I've got it. I'm sorry. Okay. I was wrong. It's all right, here. Here, watch this. All right. There we go. Okay. So here, I'll show you this first and foremost. She's really good. She's really funny. Bum, 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 bum. I'm not prepared for this. I'm just not prepared for this. I apologize.
It'll happen. They got nothing else to do but just watch us wait on your link.
Don't return.
Oh, okay. Here you go. Here we go.
Yeah, so the shopping cart. Do you return the shopping cart to the corrals? Ultimate morality play, because no one sees if you do it or not. There's no consequence. It doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't save you anything. Doesn't save you face. You don't get any virtue signaling out of it.
I will stop what I'm doing.
Here, this is Jenny Milkowski. This is this girl who used to work in Chicago radio, and now she's in San Diego doing traffic in the morning. She's a good follow. She's really funny.
Things that fill you with rage. Again, when people don't return the grocery cart to the corral, and you're in the parking lot and there are all these grocery carts just all over the place, I get so angry that I will stop what I'm doing and I will go to each cart and put them back because I'm burning extra calories by doing it. Good idea. I read an article once that said, per science, people who don't put the grocery cart back are suffering from some sort of social dysfunction. So yes, because why wouldn't you put it back? Sometimes you don't have time. Wow, Stella said that with such conviction. She's like, sometimes you don't have time while she's like typing a letter. Yeah, and people think it's just not their job, right? I don't know. All right, 10 minutes to 6 o'clock is so quiet.
All right, that wasn't as good.
10 minutes to 6 o'clock is such a dismal part of the broadcast.
No, she's good now. She's funny.
That's 5:50 in the morning, and you got to just ad lib, and you're pissed.
She's just feeling it. But there was another thing too that she did that I thought was really good. She did it a while ago though. I'll never find it.
Got a lot of stuff. She kind of is like a next generation Kennedy.
Here, this is funny. All right, so this is a good one. Here, we'll show you this one. Is it still sharing? Yeah, it is. All right, good. Here, this is apropos of nothing. I just find this very interesting. Here you go.
Okay, so I just figured out why my boyfriend and I get into fights. It's because I'm from Chicago. So the other day we're talking about something. I don't remember what. And I agree with him. What is that hair? So I says to him, no, yeah. And then he goes, why are you taking my side on this? I said, I just did. He said, no, you just said no. And that's when I showed him this. Chicago English. No, yeah means yes. Yeah, no means no. Yeah, no, for sure means definitely.
Okay, so here's my question to you. Does that seem foreign to you or natural? Because when I heard that, I said, well, wait, doesn't everybody say yeah, no, or no, yeah? Or is that really a Chicago thing?
No, we don't see that. I mean, we don't.
Would go, no, yeah, or yeah, no. Like it was part of her verbal acne that she did that all the time. But I never realized that was just like like parking the cab in Boston, like a regional thing that only we knew.
Well, there's a lot of things that we don't say because we don't hear it off of the TV, but we've been exposed to the Chicago accent so much that we know what it is.
No, yeah, I understand. But you don't use
we don't say ope like y'all say ope.
Oh yeah, that is another thing that I only learned recently.
But we have seen it so much in TV and movies, and we're totally familiar with how Yankees talk and how.
Dude, I say "ope" 50 times a day, and I never realized that it was something that everybody doesn't say. Ope, ope, ope. Hey, let me get through the ope. Oh,
yeah, like squeezing past somebody in the bar. Oh.
Yes, if you're moving,
like 8 times, like stop it.
If you're at the grocery store and you got your cart, you'll be like, that means I acknowledge I'm in the way. I apologize. And it's just one, but I didn't know that was just something regional. I just assumed everybody communicated with ope.
Well, no, because if you're not from the region, you know how like when Mexicans get excited, they're like, It's like,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what y'all sound like to us, though. That's what "ope" sounds like. It's like, I know what you're doing because I've hung out with Yankees before, and I know what "I" means because I've hung out with essays before. So we know what it means. We just don't say it, and it's I don't know. It's kind of funny, kind of cutesy, you know, like the Chicago is the meld between that weird Minnesota, you know, that sort of Nordic thing, and like the Brooklyn sort of New York, Philadelphia mishmash that's on the East Coast. You know, that's where the two meet because Detroit doesn't really have an accent that is as noticeable as the Chicago accent.
No, they don't.
You know, like the Polish sausage, Ditka, the Bears, you know.
Yeah, no, but what? See, I just did it there.
Yeah, but it's the perfect
yeah,
mix
no.
of those two. It's Fargo and, you know, The Departed or
But
not.
what about the third one that she offered, which is another one that I say a lot, or actually, I don't know that I say it a lot. I might, but those were all three things that Kelly used to say all the time. Like the third one was, "No, yeah, for sure. No, yeah, for sure."
No, I thought it was, yeah, no, for sure.
It doesn't. Either way.
No, it was,
depends
yeah,
on.
no, for sure, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
for sure, or no, yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter. They both mean you absolutely agree with whatever is being stated. No, yeah, like no. Anyone who doesn't believe us is an idiot. Yeah, that's what I think, and for sure, I agree with you. We are in
Now, look,
complete. No, yeah, for sure.
so Jeff and Kevin's or lifelong Texan, I say Ope. Kevin says I say Ope.
Yeah, Kevin's
Not as much.
Kevin
Not,
is south
no,
side
I'm
of
with you.
Chicago.
Huh?
Kevin is south side of Chicago.
Oh, well, then he doesn't count. But
Yeah.
we do say it every once in a while, but it's like, oh, excuse me. It's not the same, and we don't say it.
It's
Like,
not oops. It's not oops. It's definitely not oops.
we say it about 1/5 as
Oh.
much as a Midwesterner says it. They
Yeah.
say it a lot.
Well, interesting. And then, don't even get me started on the whole it's pop, not soda. People don't acknowledge that it's pop.
Coke. What the hell's the matter with you?
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Texans that I could not fathom when I first came down here. Give me and I'll take.
Go back. Go away. Then go.
What do you want to drink? I want a
Coke.
Coke. What kind? 7 Up.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
You see how ridiculous that is? I'd like a Coke. What kind of Coke do you want? A 7 Up.
Yeah.
A 7 Up Coke.
7 Up is superior to Sprite, by the way.
I want a Coke. What kind of Coke do you want? Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so any carbonated beverage is called a Coke down here. And I noticed that right away.
It's the same phenomenon as Band-Aid or Kleenex. You know,
I'll have a Coke. What kind do you want? Do you have Pepsi? I have heard people say that. Mm-hmm. What would you like to drink? I'll have a Coke. What kind do you want? Do you have Pepsi? They are two separate things. They are two. So Dr. Pepper is not Coke. 7 Up is not Coke. I'll tell you what, though, they're all pop. They are all pop. Give me a pop.
It's not just a regional thing. It's also a generational thing because people who are like my grandparents' age and older when I was a kid, even in the country, they said soda pop or soda pop. But they made it sound like freaking foghorn leghorn. So I have a tendency to think that was the more colonial Southern accent from like Georgia and South Carolina, which is not quite the same as Texas, right? But would you like a soda pop? Would you like a soda water? There was soda waters.
Anything that is carbonated has bubbles that go pop. That's why it's called pop. You could also call it soda.
You don't call Alka-Seltzer pop.
No, because it's not a carbonated beverage.
It is a carbonated beverage. What do you think?
No.
That's made of?
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's
well,
all
I
pop.
do. I'm just giving you an
example
that makes
Sprite
your linguistic preference flawed, and that's why you don't like it.
Go to the store and get me some pop. What kind do you want? See if they have Coke Zero. That's a completely reasonable conversation to have with someone. What isn't reasonable
like a popsicle?
Pop, you know what I want. Where's the pop aisle? You can say to somebody, where is the pop aisle? What kind of pop do you have? What kind of you get a free 2-liter with your pizza?
Like
what
Jiffy
kind
Pop?
of pop do you want? No, it's pop. It's soda pop.
Like popcorn?
Yes, Monique. Soda pop does sound dorky. It sounds dorky in like 1950s. Pop is just very casual. Very.
Go to the soda fountain. We'll get a milkshake and 2 straws.
All right. We enjoyed Jenny Milkowski, and we enjoyed your conversation about parking spots and all that. What's next? What else you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Well,
Is it really my turn? Because I have something.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit me.
All right. So we're selling our house, and
Mhm.
our real estate agent is, of course, gorgeous. But she put out a sign with her face on it, right? And she the headshot is even more beautiful than she is in real life, right? And so I was thinking, like, do you really want to put that on your sign? Because I know guys, and you're probably gonna get like creeper calls, right? You're probably gonna get calls just because like there's a hot chick on the sign. Because I've kidded myself, like when we go jogging or driving down the road or going through a neighborhood, and I see like a really beautiful real estate agent on a sign. I'm like, I might just call her just to like pretend like I want the house, and then chat her up,
Just to spend an afternoon with her.
right? But if I've thought that jokingly, there's enough dudes in a nation of 330 million that even if like 0.1% like actually seizes on that and follows through, that must be a nightmare. Like there's things that beautiful girls go through that the rest of us don't go through. And it's a blessing and a curse because, of course, her beautiful face is going to draw more attention to the sign and therefore may result in more legitimate calls too,
Sure.
So what do
Yeah.
you do? Leave it off? No, they just have to endure it. They just have to put up with it.
Yeah, but there's also benefits to it. I mean, if you're
Right.
talking about how rough it must be to be beautiful, and certainly there are some negative aspects to being beautiful, and you just described one that was certainly creepy and very negative. But, I mean, you'll never go hungry.
No,
You'll
overall,
always have a place to live. You
overall,
can
it's fine.
always meet a boyfriend who, if you're a beautiful woman, you can always find a guy. And
Hey.
I don't mean to sound misogynistic. These are just truisms. I know a number of very nice guys who are single who would be happy to take care of a beautiful young woman while she figures herself out. Guys don't have that. Certainly unattractive men don't have that.
Over the course of 5 decades, you've been observing homeless people in freeway exits, and none of them have been a female 7 or above. Not one. Thousands and
True.
thousands and thousands. Not one.
I've never seen a beautiful homeless girl. That is very true. That is.
I
Although
sure like fortune cookies. You understand how profound that is?
that it is, but I will also say this. Like a lot of them are like meth head, grossos who have done a lot of things that would
Gross.
maybe
Is that the
grossos.
Spanish version of gross?
I'm tired. Yeah, grossos. They've been smoking meth, so their teeth are gone and their face is all pockmarked from whatever, from getting beat up by their pimp or what. I mean, they may have started out with like, something going on, but then
Not now.
they fell victim to, yeah. Dude, that's the other thing, people. So, okay. So I would never get a prostitute, and I'll tell you why. Because I've never seen one that I would want to be with.
Oh, really?
I have now. We're not talking about high-end escorts. That's a whole
Oh, okay.
different
Oh,
ballgame.
I'm sorry.
I am talking about
prostitutes.
I'm talking about the dude who drives down Harry Hines and pulls over and lets some monster in his car with him.
Oh, half of them look like nightmares. I'm with you on
Oh,
that one. No,
yeah,
look,
like,
I
what is
haven't,
wrong with
and I
you?
don't think I will. But like, I'm in a position right now where my wife and kids have moved, and I've been like just 2 weeks with no sex, but it's also no affection. Like, I don't even get a hug, right?
Yeah.
And like,
Right? Your wife is in the chat room, just so you know.
and no, she knows this. Heck, I told her this on the phone earlier today. Like, if I'm having this much anxiety and like I'm nauseous about it after 2 weeks, there's guys who are like 75 years old and just 300 pounds, and they haven't had any action in like 30
Decades.
years. Yeah, right. And
If
what
ever.
that must feel like, and if that guy wants to go out and pay for it because that's the only way he's ever going to get it,
You should be able to.
and I feel sorry for the girl that's going to take the money, but she probably needs to up whatever the price it is. But if she can say, look, it would take 10 grand for me to do that, and he goes, okay, fine. You know what? I find it not morally acceptable, but understandable at that point.
I find it completely morally acceptable. I don't think that's a moral issue.
Well, no, it's
I don't think that morality plays into sexuality.
but you don't want your daughter to do that, right? You would rather her have better
Well, of course
options
not,
in
because
life.
it's
Okay,
such a
so that
dangerous. Yeah, and
it's an overall negative. Okay,
yes,
okay,
yeah. But I
right.
also don't want my son robbing banks. I mean, they're for a lot of reasons. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I push back on the. It's morally unacceptable to legalize prostitution in America because I don't think that's true.
Oh, that's completely morally acceptable for me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
I
don't want
said
your daughter
it
to do
doesn't
it.
enter into the moral conversation. My moral compass doesn't recognize that as any direction. It just doesn't.
You-
I don't. But you're of course you don't want your daughter to be engaged in dangerous illegal activities. I mean, but if it was legal, and I don't. Okay, so here's a better question. Um, one of the whenever we had we used to interview porn stars all the time because anytime they'd come through town they'd have to be on the Howard
And
Stern
I know
system.
we had to deal with
Yeah,
Hustler Club in New Orleans for a few years.
yeah, and I had occasion to hang out with any number of them when they were in town because they would be doing whatever they were doing, and we were always out doing appearances and stuff, and sometimes our appearances would coincide with whatever their appearance was.
Yep.
So I had occasion to get to know a number of them, and I was always struck by how normal they were in real life, how seemingly together the successful ones were. And you hear the horror stories about they're all drug addicts and all that. I mean, I never saw that. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is if I had a daughter, and I do not have a daughter, and she became a porn star, I don't think that I would have a huge problem with that. I
You
don't know that I'd be proud of it,
no,
but
you would. It
nah,
would
man,
be
I'm pretty
awful.
sexually open. I'm pretty okay with
Dude, you
sex
don't think I'm pretty
representation.
sexually open?
Well, I think that you have. Let's not. I don't think
Well,
you're as sexually open as I am,
it's different when you're talking about your daughter because you're talking about your lineage and you're
and I
talking
don't
about
have a daughter, so it's easy. You have a daughter, so you come at it from a completely different place. But for me, I'm just speculating that if I had a daughter and she ended up doing pornography, I certainly wouldn't excommunicate her from the family. I
Oh, I
would hope.
wouldn't excommunicate her from the family at all. God,
I
oh,
mean, I don't
no,
know if you're proud of it. I don't know.
definitely
I
not.
don't know. But I
Definitely.
certainly wouldn't be horrified. I wouldn't think that she's a terrible person.
All right. All right, so back to the topic of super hot girls
Well,
who
oh yeah, wait. Anyway, the reason that came about was because one of the standard questions we would always ask the porn stars when they came in was, "So, what's your relationship with your dad like?"
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I
always that
remember
was
that.
always a
We
good
didn't do
conversation.
that. We tried that. It gets so ugly so quick.
And
You
no,
know,
you sometimes you get good stories,
I
and
know. I know.
9 times out of
Of
10, it's
course.
fine. Dude, Eva Angelina. Do you know who the porn star Eva Angelina is?
No, did
Holy
I meet
shit.
her?
I asked her that question, and I got 20 minutes of the most gut-wrenching story of abuse and just terrible parenting that
Yeah.
talk about an open book. Oh my god, she was raised by stepdad, and her stepdad was so anyway, yeah, but we digress.
All right. So my real estate agent, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It reminded me of we had a regular caller on the show I was on in New Orleans, and she was a police officer, and she was like 27, and she had called in to actually she was part of an arrest that we were talking about on the radio, and she was like, "Oh, I was there. I was actually the guy that put the cuffs on him." And then so we're like, What can you tell us?" So she was a really good guest, and so we kept her number, and she actually called us a few more times and became kind of a regular caller. Well, after about the third or fourth time she called, I figured I need to get her last name and look her up on Facebook. Maybe we can have her in or something. And it turns out she's gorgeous. I mean, she's not a perfect 10, but she's like a 9, 8 if you're being hard.
Yeah, I very rarely give it 10. A 10 is, I mean, we
She's
have
she's not a 10. She's a Texas 8 and New Orleans 9.
right. You can't see a 10 every day of your life. You need to save the 10 rating for
Mhm.
extreme. Like when I sat across from Kim Kardashian, that's a 10.
That's a 10. That's
That's a 10,
that's a 10.
right?
Yeah,
The,
but
the, the hot girl at the Gap at the Galleria is not a 10. She's an 8.5.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were a big critic, you would still say she's an 8. She's you can't. There's
Okay.
no flaws with her, right?
Yes. Beautiful girl. Beautiful
Yeah.
woman.
but she's a cop. And so when she came into the station, we actually had her in for a Friday, because Friday we had in random guests all the time. And she came in, and I asked her, I'm like, how often do you hear the joke? Like, oh, I wish you would cuff me right now. And she's like, every single call, every single day of my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, "How did you know? How did you know that is the bane of my existence? Did you just guess that?" And I'm
No.
like, "No, I'm just an idiot too." And that's the first thing I thought when you got off the elevator. And then I thought, I better not say that. I'm gonna be the 1,000th person to say that this week, and
Mm.
she's gonna hate me. Like, because you hear so many hack jokes that, when you think of a hack joke, it's like, shut up, Parker. Just shut your mouth. And so then I turned it around and I was like, how often do you hear this horrible line? Like, what idiot would think of that? But it came from me. And so I just threw my instinct at her, and oh boy, she just hit it with the bazooka. She said every single call she goes on every day of her entire life.
I have a very similar story. Back when I was in my 20s, one of my close friends was dating a girl who was a nurse, and she was a nurse, and in her spare time she was, a bikini promotional model. She was like just
Tropicana girl or whatever.
gorgeous. And yeah, she used to talk about that as well. It doesn't matter. A guy can be at death's door, and when I walk into his room, the first thing that he's going to do is comment about my body or comment about it's like it never fails. Every single patient I see shoots his shot. I mean, that wasn't even a phrase back then, but that is essentially it.
Right.
And guys who are dying are like, hey, you want to give me a little twirl? It's like, give me a little time for my. But the joke that she always used to say was, everybody says it must be time for my sponge bath. I'm like, okay.
That's it. That's the one. That's
the
the
nurse
one.
version of put me in cuffs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Put me in cuffs. You come to arrest me. I wish you'd arrest me. Oh my God. And she was so, like, you could see in her face, she just got so pissed because she's so
She'll survive.
Oh, she totally will. She's fine. She's fine. I mean, she just got her divorce. So guys, if you're interested. But yeah.
Hey, I got a problem.
I'm just laying out on you because I saw you were distracted.
My favorite sweater is broken.
You have a favorite sweater? What
Yeah, this is my favorite sweater. I can't. If I go up, I can't. Oh man, we gotta end the show early. I'm stuck in this sweater now. I can't get it.
You mean like something about Mary?
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to deal with this. Now I'm gonna have to deal with this at the end of the show. This is my favorite black sweater. Oh, wait. I didn't realize that I had two. I never knew that I had two of these. Two little. Here's a sweater thing at the bottom and one at the top.
No one's interested in your sweater, dude.
Continue.
All right, so check this out. Jeff Glenn over in the comments says, I worked in a nursing home in the early 90s. All those little old people are horny.
Yep.
And I believe that because as like the sunset approaches on your lifetime, you only have a few precious days left to get as much as you can. And, you wasted most of your life working. But now that you're retired and you're in a nursing home and you have nothing else to do, go for it, guys. Go. And ladies,
Well, that has a lot to do with the dirty old man syndrome. The dirty old man who is super flirtatious in his 70s, who would never have talked to a girl like that in his 30s, because he realizes how stupid he was for not being flirty in his 30s. And you don't care again, it's shoot your shot. We all get to go around on this little blue marble. We take the ride as many rotations as we can, and then it's over. And what's to say? And of course, we're not talking about being leches and what are you, a fucking lesbian? When they say no, but going for it a little bit. Going for it. That's why a lot of old guys do.
I think I might not be as creepy of an old man as I otherwise would be because I had such a great history in my 20s of actually satiating or sowing wild oats.
Yeah. I didn't. I would say that I was pretty active between 23 23 and 27. That's when I met my first wife. And what in Dallas, pretty crazy in Dallas when I came down
You did
here.
great. You did great. We were cheering for you, bud. You did good.
But I was single, and I purposefully, stayed single because I just come out of a very respectable, committed relationship for a bunch of years, and I'm like, Newtown, these Texas women are gorgeous. And that's another thing you guys don't. I think you guys take for granted. You take for granted how much
I don't.
better looking women in Texas are
I don't.
than almost everywhere else in the country.
Yeah, I don't, because I've had to live in New Orleans for 15 years.
Pound for pound, even why is New Orleans good or bad?
Horrible.
Yeah, I would think it'd be horrible.
Like Cleveland. It's like, well, look, it's like Texas and Houston, and it's like the same breed of women, but like makeup's cheap. What are you doing? Like, why are you wearing jeans and a t-shirt? Why are you just pulling your hair back? Like, they don't even try. Like in Texas, this is a competition where they're just racing to the top, and they're trying to, like, you can't go to the produce aisle at Tom Thumb looking like that.
Femininity is an Olympic sport in Texas. You're absolutely right about girls who get dressed up like as hot as they could go into, let's say they're going to a sports bar to meet a new guy on a Friday night. They dress that way to buy food on a Wednesday afternoon at the Kroger. It is unbelievable. Whereas, where I'm from in Chicago, girls live in sweatpants and baseball hats and big heavy sweatshirts because it's 20 degrees below zero most of the time.
Right. But look, when I was down here, like I'd only been here for like 6 months, and this girl I've been hanging out with for most of it, or I'd seen her around. We like actually hooked up, and I'm like, why didn't you hook up with me like 6 months ago when I first got here? I thought you were a lesbian. Like you didn't wear makeup. You have like short hair. You wear like t-shirts, and not like girly t-shirts with the teeny tiny sleeves that end right past your armpit. You're wearing like dude t-shirt. You're wearing like concert t-shirts, right? You dressing in jeans. Like it was a tough adjustment for me coming down here. It's really tough.
A fun one, but I would imagine an interesting one. Tough, maybe, but
look, and Jeff is not. Look, come on, Parker. Surely you could snag you a dreadlocked runaway chick off the streets of NOLA. Oof.
You could.
Yeah. Well, that hits really close to home, Jeff.
Why?
He's like a psychic, like, because of the level that you have to stoop when you get here. You're not really proud of when you go back to Dallas now, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Obviously, you get down in the French Quarter on a big tourist night, you're going to see beautiful tourists. It's like the rule. Like, here's a rule that I've always observed. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're at an airport, you're going to see ridiculously beautiful women, because beautiful women don't take the bus. Beautiful women either, have jobs where they are successful enough where they fly to business type things, or they have boyfriends or husbands. I mean, that's one of my favorite things at the airport, when you see the absolutely smoking girl who has obviously just been flown into town by some rich boyfriend.
You can stop.
She is looking great.
Once you told me that, now when I go to the airport, it's all I see.
It's ridiculous.
You told me that, and now I can't unsee it.
I've believed that for a very long time. The airport in any town in America is going to be filled with gorgeous women. Women, you land, you're on vacation, woo, you want to look good for it, you're excited. It's true. Airports are just filled with beautiful women. The chat room is filled with beautiful. The world is filled with beautiful women.
Yeah, but in New Orleans, the tough part is they could be.
Yeah, none there. None in New Orleans, though. Nah.
No, well, in like where I'm from in Tyler.
None in Indiana.
Like in Tyler, the women are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But they, you know what they do? And I know this sounds like cheating, but they work out. They wear makeup. They pay attention to their clothes, and don't just wear like a Scorpions t-shirt and some baggy jeans, right? They put effort into it. They earn it. In Texas, they earn it, and they could do it here. They're just choosing not to.
Somebody once said to me, when I'd first moved here, they said, I'll give you a challenge. You go find any random Playboy issue from the last 40 years, and you show me the centerfold, in 9 out of 10 times, she's from Texas. And it's absolutely true.
No.
Well, certainly not 9 out of 10 times.
Okay.
But more often than not, I mean, Playboy used to pull a lot out of Texas. I mean, look at all the big ones. I mean, just off the top of your head, you could just name. Though that would be a good conversation. Texas hot chick draft. Oh man! All right, I'm going to go first, and I'm taking Farrah Fawcett out of the University of Texas, Austin, 1978. Farrah Fawcett. Who you got?
Anna Nicole Smith, but
Whoa!
before age 27. Before she
No, you
married
have to
the
say
man.
that. Look, the Anna Nicole Smith. It's the classic Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith, like age 22.
All right, I will go with the bartender at the Ivy tonight. See, that's how random you can get with girls from Texas. They're just unbelievably beautiful, all of them. Actually, that is a fun draft. Let me see. Let's see. Let me just ask Google to show me some beautiful women from Texas.
No, look, John said the same thing. Anna Nicole Smith.
Show me beautiful women from Texas.
Vicki Lynn Hogan is her real name.
Here's some information for most beautiful women from Texas. Here's a summary from Cron.com. Beautiful Texas women. Kevin Mazur, Getty Images for title. ABC Photo Archive.
Oh, look at this.
Getty Images.
Oh, isn't this great?
What
Look,
we got?
we've got are you interested in the 25 hottest women from Texas?
All of them. Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Dude, in my condition right now, I'm going to die if you show me this.
Let's see how this works.
In 2 weeks, Bugs. 2 weeks straight.
Wow. Yeah. All right. We'll do this one. We'll do the 15 most beautiful people ever born in Texas. How's that? That'll give you some dudes too, so that the ladies can at least have fun.
John with the Mahia reference.
All right. This is all dudes. Beyonce. There you go.
That's
She's
not a
Texas.
dude. Okay.
No. Jennifer Garner. Joan Crawford. Miranda Lambert. No. Kelly Clarkson.
That's kind of my type. I kind of like Kelly Clarkson. That's kind of my type too.
Then you got your Matthew McConaughey, your Ava Longoria, your Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, Renee Zellweger. No, this is a terrible Jennifer Love Hewitt. This is a terrible.
Oh no, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Ah, there we are. Guess who's clocking in at number one? Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, okay.
Farrah Fawcett, number one. I didn't know Usher was from Texas. Usher's number two.
No, Usher's from Atlanta, isn't he?
Well, maybe he's there now. Let's see. Usher, number two. Finally, I couldn't forget about this very talented and good-looking singer from Dallas. He is one of the best-selling artists in American music history, having sold over 75 million records. Like I said before, I think everyone in Texas belongs on this list, but I don't think it can fit 30-plus million people. Yeah, apparently he was born in Texas. Let's see.
No way. Yep, born in Dallas, Texas, and he's a year younger than me, so I guess I'm a loser.
There you go.
God damn it. Why do I suck so bad?
All right. What do you say we wrap this up? We don't have enough time to really do anything more, and I'm fading fast, and it's 53.
All right. So to recap, it is illegal for you to block the parking space in front of your house unless you shoveled snow.
Yes, it is.
If you see a beautiful cop, do not tell her, "I'd like to see you handcuff me." Her. If you see a beautiful nurse, don't say it must be time for a sponge bath. Her.
Don't ask for a sponge bath. Great.
And look, tomorrow, since it's Friday, I know we're not doing a show, but I'm gonna try and look up some of those gorilla fights.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We are doing a show.
Then maybe we'll do it tomorrow then, because I wanted to show Emil some gorilla fights, but I gotta find him first. I can't believe he hasn't seen the greatness of gorillas fighting.
He's not gonna be with us tomorrow. It's gonna be just tomorrow.
Well, can we just do it then?
Yeah,
and I'm gonna show you my shark fighting technique because
well, there's something to look forward to.
It's like a jujitsu, but for if you get attacked by sharks. So it's unbeatable. So yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So we just
there you go. All right. Thank you, folks. Appreciate y'all for being with us today. A little shorter than normal show. We'll be back tomorrow for the high noon edition at, noon, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. And thank you to James. There he goes. Bye-bye, James. I love all of you. I saw Leslie. Leslie asked something about the donations and the tips and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you, Leslie. Leslie, certainly you've done enough. You don't need to be worried about that. I think her question was something like, you need to let people know how far you are from your goal. Very far. I mean, we
No
don't.
one donates. We're losers. We get it.
Nah,
We get it.
no, that's not true. Some people do, and some people I'm trying to say thank you to all of them. But yeah, I think it was like we figured that we need to be able to at the end of the month say that we raised at least $25 per show. And yeah, well, I mean, we're not making that, but we're making it. We're making it because every once in a while, somebody like Tiffany, who I won't mention, she'll step up.
You just mentioned
We even got a donation from Kelly this month. How great is that? My old radio partner Kelly stepped up and dropped. Leslie, who asked the question, Leslie's wonderful. I just saw earlier tonight that she sent a donation. So thank you all. And again, it's not just about that. Promote the show, share the show, man. Share stuff, tell people about it, do whatever you can. I'm thinking about doing a solo show on Thanksgiving because I don't think I'm doing anything for Thanksgiving. I think that I'm just going to sit here and probably watch football all day.
No.
Awesome.
Come to Tyler. Or Bullard.
No, you have no
us.
idea. No, your family is lovely, I'm sure. I have no interest in that. The opportunity has arose for me because we were going to have it here at the big house. So I was just going to walk over with a plate and get a little dinner and say hi to everybody and, then come back to the guest house. But they've moved that. And now it's at like one of their other family people's house. I don't want to do that. Let them have their family thing. And I can't tell you how excited I am at the prospect of just doing nothing, just being here by myself. I might go get a rotisserie chicken like the day before. I might do a little stovetop stuffing for myself.
Ooh, we're gonna go out to the farm and shoot guns. You ever gone skeet shooting? You want to shoot little clay pigeons? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to do that. Bears are playing.
Yeah, you
Bears,
do.
Cowboys, Bills. Nah,
We'll watch all that crap and we'll shoot. You can shoot an AR-15. You want to shoot an AR-15? You want to shoot a shotgun?
No, not on Thanksgiving. Not when the other option is to lay in bed and watch the Bears game.
You can do both.
Roll right into the Cowboys game. Trust me, this is not, sad poor guy. This is more like, fuck, this is going to be awesome. But I thank you all. I'm sure many of you would be kind enough to offer me an invitation if I was a sad, lonely guy. But I'm not. I don't have my kid. I really don't celebrate holidays when I don't have my kid.
Yeah, I sure do love being all alone on a holiday when most people are with their family and I'm just eating a rotisserie chicken in Amel's empty kitchen by myself. I don't want to be with your stupid family. I got it.
What's a holiday?
You and your dumb family and guns and stupid stuff.
I celebrate every day. Every morning I wake up, I look in the mirror and I say, let's do this one more time, you gorgeous son of a bitch. All right, thanks, folks. We'll see ya tomorrow at high noon. Appreciate you. You're the best.